All rise for the Honorable Judge Foodie.
I'm not going to do it. Not this week. Welcome to the most prestigious food court in all the internet.
Hang on, so I'm not worth a bang? A bang at the gavel for those who are only listening?
I thought you thought it was annoying. I thought that's why you walked out last time.
No.
I'm trying to prevent that.
I actually walked out last time because I had a personal errand that I had to head to, but we staged it like I was upset.
Oh.
Yeah, see?
No one clued me in on that.
I know.
That's
I know.
crazy.
But yeah, go ahead and give it a bang.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
too much.
nice and loud.
Too much.
Welcome again to the most prestigious podcast in the entire internet. We have a little bit more of an intimate setting here, so we can make some more precise judgments. That's pretty good. Speaking of music, you know what I learned about you the other day?
Who's you? Can I get an intro? Shoot.
I was talking to the wall. No.
Yeah.
So I have a very esteemed jury member, longtime fan of. Wait. Longtime fan favorite.
Oh.
Mario Errico.
Thank you.
Happy to have you here, man.
I'm happy to be here. I'm really excited that it's a intimate setting.
Me too. I miss Mr. Nick, but
Sorry, he'll be okay.
I think he will too.
Me and Mr. Judge.
He's gonna make it.
Get it? Instead of Mrs. Jones, that song. Me and Mrs.
I know we're
Jones.
going music. So
Me
this
and
is
Mr. Judge. You're the
You
judge.
know what I heard? I heard you were an incredible singer. And
I
actually
can
heard
belt
you
too.
sing.
How?
So
In my shower?
A friend of us both has a video with you singing some very jazzy Christmas tunes.
Oh, is it Clay? Is he the
it's-
friend?
No, it's not Clay. It's
Oh, okay.
Mason.
It's Mason.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He showed me a video of you. Honestly, I was blown away.
Really? Oh man.
Have you been singing your whole life? Because it seems like it.
Naturally, I've played piano my whole life.
Okay.
So I played trumpet for a while. Naturally, I just music. I have a musical ear, if you will.
I absolutely do not. So I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
So you have a lot going on. I know you just got back from a trip to California. Have you ever been?
Napa
you
Valley.
Went to Napa. Have you ever been before, or was that your first time?
I'd never been to Northern California. Never been to Napa. Ate some great food. Drank some great wine. It was a friggin' dream.
So when I hear Napa, I think just stereotypically like kind of pretentious. Is it? How is it?
Actually, it's funny you say that. I wanted it to be more pretentious than it was.
Really?
People were really down to earth.
Okay.
Really nice. It was like really affordable.
Man,
My
I'm gonna have to
fiance and I,
go.
we're not like drinkers per se, so
Right.
we would do the wine tastings. We'd split a wine tasting.
Yeah, I would do that with my wife too.
Yeah, 5 glasses of wine with a beautiful charcuterie spread.
It's a full glass.
I mean, no, but it's a half a glass.
No, that's plenty
right? So it's
for me.
2.5 glasses of
That's
wine.
great,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
a little over 2 glasses each.
Same.
And both of us, we're not big
Right.
people. We're both lightweights. So, yeah, it was like, I don't know, $60 for something like that.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, but the best part might have been the cheese. The cheeses
Dude.
and the meats.
And you are
It was
now that
great.
you're into cheese.
And now that I'm into cheese.
Did you have a favorite cheese?
Oh, yes. Gouda. The Gouda.
That's a great choice.
Oh.
I support that choice.
I got to tell you, while we're on the topic of Gouda, yesterday I had to go. I went home from work early because I had an appointment or something. I don't really remember. Oh, no. I had a client meeting. So I went home after the client meeting. It was 4 o'clock, and I had the desire of making. I've been seeing all these chicken sandwiches getting made on social media. And
Okay.
my fiance Judy's favorite grilled chicken sandwich is like her favorite thing. So I bought some chicken breast, sliced it up, put it in the frying pan. First, I buttered the pan really nice.
Okay.
Put the chicken on there, put the olive oil with it, just a little salt and pepper. Then she baked bread the night before.
Whoa, what kind of bread?
Italian bread. I'm so lucky.
Oh,
She
my
made baked
goodness.
ziti. It was amazing, dude.
That sounds
So I took her
good.
leftover bread. I put some butter on the pan, put that on the skillet.
Get a little toast.
Yeah, a little toast. Then I took it off mayonnaise,
Oh.
put the chicken, then I thinly sliced the hard Gouda, put the Gouda on the chicken, put the sandwich back together, put it on the griddle
Yeah, I was
again.
gonna say melt it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Then garnished it with a nice romaine and tomato. She got home at 4:30 from work. We had dinner like an old couple.
So
She was so excited.
that sounds
It was delicious.
very good.
Oh, it was awesome.
I would also. We usually eat at that time, so that's pretty standard for our house. I think my wife would douse it in probably hot sauce. 'Cause
Oh,
she's
I would probably do this. I didn't yesterday. I kept thinking, go get the hot sauce, but I didn't. Yeah.
I'm a mustard man when it comes to like chicken,
Really?
like honey mustard kind of thing.
That's Judy's honey mustard.
Yeah, solid. That sounds. I'm very impressed, especially
Wait,
like
is
with
Hannah
the
like
baked bread.
Tabasco, or what's her?
No, Hannah. Her favorite I think is Cholula,
Cholula's really good.
which Cholula is probably my favorite.
Frank's Buffalo. It's the
Frank-
closest thing to
Frank's
actual
is-
buffalo.
Yeah, Frank actually has some good sauces. We tend to go in the more I guess like Mexican food direction when it comes to
Ah,
hot sauces. So like we
gotcha.
avoid Tabasco at all costs.
I love
but-
Tabasco.
And then you're about to leave on a trip
Oh.
to Orlando.
Big trip. Big bachelor weekend coming up here.
So you got any big plans for that?
It's gonna be a good time. We're golfing tomorrow. We're gonna do a little Epcot, a little drink around the world
Epcot's a good
Friday.
time,
Yep. And then our my Yankees made the World Series.
Are you gonna go watch them with everybody? Man, this sounds
It's-
ideal
and
for me.
Nicky B's a big Yankee fan, so he's coming. He's one of my groomsmen, and we're gonna post up at a brewery on Saturday, watch the Yankees. So I'm really excited. It's gonna be. We're having dinner reservations. We got dinner reservations tomorrow at Morimoto. Have you
Right.
been before?
No, but
Love it. It's so freaking
was
good.
this no? There was a tapas place you were talking about before. So this is I haven't heard of this place.
I've not made tapas. I'm not a tapas guy.
Didn't you say? Never mind. Anyway,
Yeah, it's a different Mario.
probably.
The one who can't sing. Yeah.
That sounds like, as far as I'm concerned, like that's my speed. Like the hangout, just
Right. I mean, we're all in our 30s. One guy is
That
in,
is true,
in his
yeah.
40s. You know, we got hotels,
yeah.
so we're not doing the house party. It's gonna
Some
be
people
real
go
low
nuts.
key.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not a.
No.
I'm like a drinker on the world. Sounds
No.
amazing.
In
Enjoy
bed by
some food.
11. Wake up, have a nice hearty breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Take a dump so that you can do it all again.
Just clear it out.
Just
Yep.
clear it out. So it's gonna be
Awesome.
it's gonna be a good time. I just gotta get out. I couldn't get out of jury duty.
You couldn't.
No.
And we have an important story. Well, actually, this person needs relationship advice.
Okay.
So this is from r/relationship advice. And
Now, is this food related?
this is
Okay,
food
just
related.
making sure I didn't walk into the wrong.
I try
Courtroom.
to keep it all at least loosely food related. And we
Okay.
were talking about eating too much. The title of this story is My 22 female boyfriend, 27 male, told me I eat too much during a beautiful vacation dinner. I am not overweight. So for context, I used to have
Oh
an
my God.
disorder years ago.
Oh man.
Yeah. Used to starve myself until I was severely underweight. My boyfriend knows this, although the worst time was before we got together. We've been together for 3 years now, and for the past 2 or so years, I've finally been able to enjoy my, quote, fear foods, unquote, without judging myself all that much afterwards. For context, I'm 5'5" and weigh 135 pounds.
That's like me.
I've always been bottom heavy. Is that
That's
like
not
you?
me, no.
Okay. So flat stomach, but stronger legs and ass.
Yes.
I usually go to the gym once or twice a week and go bouldering about once a week as well, which is very hard work.
It is very hard.
We both work, and I'm struggling a bit with anxiety and depression at the moment, so quite proud of me for even managing to still stay active even a bit. My boyfriend, on the other hand, has always been really fit, but mostly underweight. He weighs about the same as me and is 5'7". Ooh,
It's thin.
that's very thin.
Yeah.
For about a year now, he's been absolutely obsessed with fitness, like watching YouTube videos about how to train your muscles most effectively. It's pretty much all he talks about, goes to the gym all the time, etc. He's recently started calorie counting
Oh
as
my
well
God.
to gain weight, which stresses me out a bit because I used to do that to lose weight, and it triggers my former ED a little. I have told him this before, and he tries not to talk about calories too much anymore, but it still comes up about once a day. That's often. Like, hey, this has X calories. Wow, that's a weight gainer. Or something when we are eating something together, he always weighs himself religiously 2 times a day at least.
Wow.
That's insane.
That's a disorder in and of itself.
At the moment, we're on vacation together in France/Corse. I'm uncultured. Where's Corse?
I don't know.
Corse. well.
Sounds rough.
Yeah.
Get it? Course? Okay.
That did go above my
Yeah,
head. That was a good one.
Thank you.
I try not to think too much about whether my diet on vacation is healthy or not, because in the past I stressed out so much over everything and ended up unable to enjoy anything about the actual vacation because I was so focused on my weight. Anyways, yesterday we were in the cutest little town in Corse, enjoying an absolutely beautiful sunset, really dreamy, like in a movie, and then sat down to eat dinner in a cute little restaurant facing the port. Well, we sat down and my boyfriend just seemed really tense and kind of angry. It just felt really off since we had a good time, I thought, and we were sitting in one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to, enjoying a good glass of red wine. I asked him what was weighing on his mind, and the answer was, "You've been eating too much yesterday and lately in general."
My God.
Mind you, we're on vacation, and the day he was referring to, I ate a quarter baguette with cream cheese and an egg for breakfast. We're camping.
Hear this.
For lunch, like 100 grams of pasta with some pesto, and for dinner, we went out and I had a pulled pork burger. Maybe a bit much,
France?
but hey, it's not every day you're in Corse. That's not even anything. That's
dude,
so mild.
Is it almost over? We got to lay into this.
It's got a little bit more.
Okay.
He didn't back down the whole dinner and kept insisting I eat too much, and eventually my metabolism wouldn't be as good anymore.
Oh, my God.
He says since he is hard on himself, that he applies that to me as well. That as we get older, he thinks I'll eventually not take as much care of myself anymore. And if we had children, I replied that if we were to ever have children, I might want to have someone by my side who supports me when my whole body changes and not someone who is being judgy about how my body looks now compared to then. Also, mind you, I didn't gain weight lately apart from muscle from working out. Also, somehow he said that he would be embarrassed, even as a woman, to not be able to do even one pull-up. I can't do one and have been trying to get to one pull-up lately by incorporating that in some workouts. It only escalated from there, and I had one of the worst dinners of my life, trying to keep myself from crying the whole time and miserably failing. I told him I was disappointed in him being that shallow, and he said that's just how he is, and he's entitled to wanting to find his partner attractive, which, sure... But also, why are you on vacation with me spending your time worrying about whether I might gain weight or not in 5 or 10 years? I honestly just think that was crossing my boundaries a lot. I can eat whatever I want. I'm not in any kind of way overweight, and also we were on vacation. I can't imagine spending it obsessing over how much my boyfriend ate yesterday. We have tried to make up, and he has since apologized, but I am just so baffled and really ashamed and embarrassed to eat anything in front of him since. Trying to enjoy the rest of vacation, but honestly, I'm just really sad.
Oh, my God.
So,
my turn?
Yeah, no, this is, I think she needs some advice.
All right. For starters, obviously I kid when I say I'm the same as her. I know there's a difference between a 135-pound male and female, but that sounds like a healthy weight.
That sounds extremely healthy. I'm jealous.
Right? A healthy weight. I'm saying for her, she sounds like a healthy person.
Yeah.
Regardless, this guy's an asshole. Okay?
Oh, for sure.
Piece of shit, grade A piece of shit. He needs to go. The fact that you can't, first, I mean, we're both in, monogamous relationships.
Yeah.
Wife, fiance, I'd say so. You love your person no matter what. No matter what.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing about a relationship, or one of the best things, is getting to enjoy food with your person. It's so much fun.
I agree.
Right. Who wants to go counting calories? This guy's got an issue. Like, okay, 2 things. Number 1, how dare you ever say she's eating too much?
Yeah, that's
death by 1,000 cuts.
That's insane.
But number 2, he knew that she's sensitive to eating issues. She has that proclivity to be extra sensitive to calorie counting and watching what she eats because she had an eating disorder. And you still go out of your way to tell her that she's eating too much, let alone you're on vacation.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's a key detail. It's like salt in the wound.
The only thing I'm upset at her for is it sounds like she's still with him.
And she kind of, I don't think, to be fair, I think standing up for yourself in that moment is probably really difficult because I think he probably
100%.
cut her super deep.
Yeah.
I've been in, I won't say similar situation. I would say it's a few times removed, but like I've been in a position where I've counted calories because I was really determined to drop some weight.
Okay.
And my wife also is one of the people that is not, she gets a little triggered by the idea of counting calories just because she's had phases in her life where she obsessed with it too much. So she's had to tell me several times. And I will admit, when you're excited about losing weight, it gets harder to not talk about it because you're proud of yourself. But at the same time, when she's like, listen, it triggers me. Try not to do it.
But there's a difference.
I will try not to do it. He was not.
There's a difference between what you're describing. You're describing you potentially wanting to be or being on a weight loss journey, and then your wife pretty much saying, "Hey, don't suck me into this."
This is
right.
Fair. Yeah.
There's a difference between that and, "Hey, I'm on a fitness journey. You're eating too much." It's not like he's literally trying to act for her. He's trying to
change her into someone that she probably never will be.
Okay, so there's a difference though between what you're describing, where you're on like a potentially positive journey, right, a weight loss journey, and your wife's essentially saying, "Hey, just make sure it doesn't bring any negativity to us, to the relationship," right?
Sure.
This guy is putting forward negativity. He's insulting. It would be like you're on a fitness journey and then you're telling your wife, "Hey, you stop eating so much. You stop eating." Right? It's not like he's saying, "Hey, babe, whenever we go out, I just get triggered because I'm trying to lose weight. I just have to share this with you. Like, I'm having issues with my weight. It makes me feel difficult when we're disproportionate like that." But even that's crossing the line. But he's not doing that. He's literally telling her, "Hey, you're eating too much." This guy, let's face it, he's got body image issues.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
The other, like, I mean, I don't even think this is as serious as the things we mentioned, but like they're on vacation. Like, do you still? I know you eat pretty healthy. Do you eat healthy on vacation, or do you let it go a little more?
What? No, I don't. I mean,
because he's
I let it go.
He's calorie counting on vacation.
The only thing, no. So I don't calorie count. I never calorie count. I like to eat healthy. I'm very active, so when I go on vacation, I think the only thing I'll do is I'll just try to be active in some way if I can on vacation.
That's totally reasonable.
You're on vacation, man. No, you enjoy your life.
Okay, see, that to me was crazy that, like, on vacation, like, even if in everyday life you're a little bit more like, oh, we got to get on the way. Like, even if he's going to be psycho in everyday life, it's like, you're on vacation.
Right, man.
So, I don't know.
I don't even care about the vacation excuse because that kind of behavior is disgusting. You should never. That's like rule 101. Never tell a girl she looks fat.
To me, the context matters in the sense that, like, if there were any place or time to do that, that's like the last, like, you would never do it.
I don't think there's ever a place to do it, man.
You're correct, yeah.
Could you imagine ever telling your wife, "Hey,
not
babe,
that, no, but to even, like,
or how about, "Hey, I don't want to be with. I have the right to say I want to be with someone. I got news for you, buddy."
I can't even imagine how the way he phrased it. I don't even know if there's any positive way to phrase a more kind version of what he's trying. I don't even think there is a more kind version.
He's literally saying, our relationship is built on my physical attraction to you.
Pretty much.
If you alter that in any way, there's nothing for me in it anymore. So I'm not going to stay with you.
Yeah,
if that's why you're with someone, you're a piece of shit.
It actually, like, as I'm thinking about it now, I think I'm starting to get angrier now that we're analyzing it than when I was reading.
Let's sentence him to death. He needs death.
Death.
Just poor girl.
Leave him. That's our advice. Leave him. Run fast and far.
Can you imagine if your person was like, "Hey, we're going on vacation. We'll pack our own meals and snacks and stuff, and or one of those fitness vacations." No, those are fine. I understand. Like, my buddy runs Ironmans, and so they travel for that. But he eats a lot.
Oh, he should.
Yeah. Could you imagine going on? Could you imagine going on vacation and being like, "Hey, we're gonna watch what we eat. We'll pack food."
There are people who do that, and there's also the people who just, like, don't care about food on vacation. Yeah, they're not my people.
They sound psychotic.
They're definitely a little bit psychotic. And she was like she was talking about, she's like, "Oh yeah, I got a pulled pork sandwich. I know it's a little much, but we're on vacation." I was like, "You kidding me?"
Not even a little much. Here's my issue with that.
I know you're not American, first of all.
So she's in France?
She's in France, and it's like when people vacation, when they talk about vacationing in France, especially at that age, my assumption is she's European.
No. My issue is, why is she getting that in France?
That's another great question.
Yeah.
Especially pulled pork.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're not in the south of America.
I'd like to know what that pulled pork
I don't
sandwich is like.
I
But
don't know.
all right.
Maybe he was just concerned she was eating too much of the disgusting French pulled pork sandwich.
Maybe he's looking out for her.
Yeah.
We'll assume the best. This podcast is brought to you by Farah and Farah. You know, it's interesting. Car insurance commercials tend to focus on the simple fixes. A busted windshield, a banged up bumper. What about the human damages like pain and suffering? Farah and Farah's accident attorneys won't let big insurance forget about your pain. For a fair fight, you know who to call. So I also, especially since, you made the sacrifice to be on jury duty today, I want to give you a chance to get one up on Nick for our local restaurant.
Oh my gosh.
Guess the
yes.
restaurant.
He won't even have a chance.
I know for sure you know this place, so
Okay.
we'll see if you can guess it.
You do know for sure.
I know for sure.
Have I talked about it
you've
before?
been to this place.
Okay, don't
you
give
know
me
this
any.
place.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, so 1-star Yelp review.
Oh boy.
6 years later, all the wonderful things we were used to at this place in their original spot are no more. I placed my online order and showed up an hour later to pick it up. I knew it was going to be a terrible experience as soon as I walked in and saw a dozen irritated customers waiting patiently with arms crossed. The dining area was a mess and no signs of a wait staff. There was no air conditioning and it was blistering hot. I felt bad for the 3 teenage employees who were doing their best by repeatedly...
Biggies.
You got it.
It's
I'm gonna
Biggies.
finish
Oh my
it.
gosh.
Yeah, I thought...
Oh my gosh.
I picked one that I was like, I know they will be able to guess
Dude,
this.
it's the worst service you'll ever get. It's like a bunch of little kids running it.
3 teenage kids.
It's not even funny.
So they had a 5-star review and they changed the review like 6 years later.
Yeah.
So I felt bad for the 3 teenage employees who were doing their best by repeatedly apologizing but unable to serve customers. It was obvious that no one was in charge to give them help and direction. The phone kept ringing and the printer kept spewing online orders with no one able to answer them.
Sounds like the bear.
Yeah, it does sound like the bear. After an hour, our order wasn't ready. That's insane. A half hour later, we were finally told that our order was messed up, and they offered us a different mix of menu items that were ready. When we finally got home, the pizza was terrible. It was overcooked. The dough and toppings were not fresh. It wasn't that same pizza from 6 years ago. We threw most of it in the trash. So sad to see a small business succeed at first, but then fail. I don't know why they've ended up like this, but we won't be going back.
Yeah, I kind of agree with the review. It's not good, man. Have you been to Biggie's in a while?
They went too big too fast.
Yeah, the beach location, the one that used to get closed all the time for rat issues, that was a good
I
one.
didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they did.
Fun.
When Judy moved here, before she moved here, she's like, oh, let's try some things in Jack's that you like, and I got a couple slices.
Right.
Their grandma slice.
Yeah, which is usually very good. I like that one.
Right. I waited for, I think, like 20 minutes. There was no line. It was all young kids. No one knew what was going on, essentially. And all they had to do was take the pizza that was in the window and put it in the oven.
And take it out.
And we didn't even eat it all. We ate a few bites, and then we ended up throwing out the rest. So I won't be going back.
I'll go occasionally.
That's not
but
true.
We have
I'll go.
to be in the
I'll
mood.
go. I'll try to give them a
We
redemption.
found some better places. Like
They're not a good
no rip
pie.
on Biggie's, right? We found some better places. We go to the Beach Boulevard location, which is like
that's the one I went to.
Oh, really?
Next to the Jersey Mike's.
That's depressing.
It's the new one, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I can you catch them on the wrong day, and it's.
I just don't understand. It's like, you think you're doing a service to whom by hiring young kids who don't know what they're doing? You're saving some money.
They're an easy workforce to not pay a lot.
Yeah.
Which is
they need a good
rough.
attorney.
They might. They might. But I will say, when Biggie's was popular, everybody loved it.
We went
hitting
every weekend. After
it was
the beach,
that one. It was a spot right by the dry cleaner, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the original location, and it was
the
everybody
best.
loved it.
Yep.
And it is often the problem when you grow that fast that it's just tough.
Listen, that's why I am a shower, not a grower.
Yeah.
Pizza. We're talking pizza.
I don't think I'm either of those.
I'm Do you want to keep that in?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Next story. So this one is from Am I the Asshole?
I love these.
So this one's a little bit more mild than the first Reddit story.
Please. That was, yeah.
All right. Am I the asshole for not inviting all students to a barbecue? Seems fairly innocent, right?
Yeah.
I, 30 female, am a teacher. I have a class with 24 students. I teach first grade. I told my
You
students...
shouldn't be inviting any students to a barbecue, but keep going.
Come to my house. I told my students that we could have a barbecue at a park with hot dogs and hamburgers and snacks for whoever filled their good noodle sticker charts.
What the hell?
This has been approved by the principal, and I teach at a private school. We have daily sticker charts to track their behavior in school. They had to have perfect behavior all of April in order to participate. I have one student who has some behavioral issues. They did not earn all of their good noodle stickers this month. Since this student, we'll call them Bobby, didn't earn the barbecue, I had to let his mother know just in case he mentioned it. Bobby would join another class for the day and do work inside while his classmates were at the barbecue. She's been sending emails complaining to myself and the principal all week about how her child should also be able to participate, and it is unfair. She thinks we should make an exception since he has behavioral issues and feels we could be targeting him. I think I'm being fair because he did not earn all of his good noodle stickers. So am I the asshole?
Yeah, she's an asshole. It's one friggin' kid. One
Just
Bobby.
like the whole class, and then Bobby's like looking out the window.
First of all, I would assume this is during school hours.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why. So not as not creepy really. I think we did something like that in elementary school, but that poor kid, man. You kidding me?
He didn't get his good noodle
You pull him
stickers.
aside and say, "Hey, Bobby, you're coming to the barbecue. Let's try to earn it next month."
Man,
all right.
you were very charitable. I don't. Maybe I'm just the enforcer.
Imagine
but I'm
being
like,
the parent.
Like, what if you tell all the kids like you have to do this, otherwise you can't go to the barbecue?
Yeah.
And then the one kid who doesn't do it, they're like, you can still go. It's like, why did we do all that work behaving ourselves?
Here's the issue, though. You're dealing with a behavioral award. You've told the kids what it's based on. So now you've already told that you singled out this kid, and you've let him know, and he knows it himself. Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough for this barbecue. I'm not good enough like the other kids.
No hot dogs for Bobby.
It's not like, hey guys, go sell 40 candy bars, and everyone who sells 40 gets to go to the barbecue.
Yeah, I see. Actually, I do see your point here because behavior is a very tricky thing to tie that
Bobby's
to.
gonna be fucked up.
This might mess him up.
Yeah. He's gonna turn into Bobby Boucher.
So there's an update.
Did you get that reference?
I did.
Waterboy.
Waterboy. I like Waterboy. So there's an update.
My mama said I was going to get a barbecue.
Gatorade.
Water's better.
I had a meeting today after school with the parents and the principal. The principal agrees it would not be fair to the other students to
Oh my
allow
gosh.
Bobby to participate.
This principal's a douche.
She expressed she understands the frustration, but she needs to make it fair for all students and not just Bobby. The father said he understood and thought it was a fair assessment if all the other students were able to complete the goal. The mother argued Bobby's IEP, which is you know what an IEP is?
Yeah, my brother's a principal.
Then you have a leg up. A lot of listeners probably aren't going to know. IEP is like something educational plan.
Independent.
Yeah, something like that. And you basically are given an IEP to help
Let's Google it.
like mitigate different issues, whether it's like behavior. Like my wife's a speech therapist, so she deals almost exclusively in IEPs, and it's like a plan.
Individualized educational plan.
And so it's to help you basically on your goal to
It's for disability needs kids.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
Wow, this lady's an asshole.
the mother argued Bobby's IEP, which I actually think is a very good argument. The principal then reminded her we follow his IEP as a courtesy. Ooh. But as a private school, we legally do not have to follow it, and she has a choice to come to this school. But if she'd like to unenroll Bobby, then there was a waiting list of students they could contact to take his place.
He's right. Private school can do whatever they want.
Bobby will still be enrolled in the school and in my class. If anyone is wondering, he will not be attending the barbecue.
Gosh, she is just what a bitch, man.
The double down's pretty crazy.
Man, Bobby, poor Bobby.
I'm impressed the father wasn't more upset.
He rolled over. He understood.
Impressed. Maybe
where's
not be
the
right word.
couillons on this guy?
Yeah, I'm shocked he didn't.
Poor
have
wife.
Mom's back here. Yeah.
Poor wife. That's
Poor
probably he
Bobby.
probably tells his wife to stop eating so much. That's
He
the type
might.
of guy. Yeah.
Either that or he swings by fast food before he gets home.
That's a throwback. Wow.
Callback. Yeah.
Callback. Wow.
Update number 2.
Oh my gosh.
Bobby's mother came to the school yesterday to drop off Bobby's lunch he forgot at home. She arrived during the children's snack recess. All of the kids were playing freeze tag, a game where once you're tagged, you don't have to explain freeze tag. I was inside prepping art while the teacher's aide was with them. Bobby's mother came inside absolutely livid, saying we were forcing her child to stand in one place and not let him move.
Stop.
We explained the game.
Impeccable timing.
We explained the game, and she said,
freeze tag. What's freeze
man.
tag?
the students are cruel for not unfreezing him, but unfreezing everyone else.
Oh my gosh.
She was making such a big scene and so loud the principal overheard.
Barbecue Bobby has some trouble coming.
His mother was removed from the school grounds,
Wow.
and we had a meeting with his father in the afternoon. The principal let him know Bobby would need to be unenrolled due to his mother's behavior. He did try to get him to stay until at least the end of the year, but ultimately understood. He was also told if Bobby's mother is on the school grounds again, the police department will be called immediately. That story took a crazy turn.
Crazy turn, man. Crazy turn. Let's not lose sight of what happened here.
So I might actually.
No.
All of Reddit thinks the poster is an asshole. I actually might be on her side here,
No!
especially with this context about the mom being
it's two
a communist.
It's two separate issues. Mom reacted to the freeze.
Yeah, but mom also probably overreacted to Bobby.
We don't know. We
being
got
a little asshole in class.
You should know as a judge. You got to look at the four corners of the document. All we can inspect is what we're told.
Mario,
so based on that story,
you should brush me up on that because in all the judge training I had,
right.
there was so much of it that I don't remember.
If we look at what we've been told,
Okay,
solely on the facts that have been entered into evidence, we know that Bobby didn't have his noodle high enough or whatever.
not enough good noodle stickers.
No good noodle stickers.
That is evidence.
And for that reason alone, he was not permitted to the barbecue. Okay, maybe this was French barbecue.
It could have been French pulled
pulled
pork. Maybe
pork.
Bobby was dodging a bullet.
Right.
Maybe Bobby doesn't even want to go.
So now the freeze tag incident, what you're essentially doing is looking for justification as to why you would prevent Bobby from going to the barbecue. But you got to remember, those actions are irrespective of Bobby's noodle behavior.
So when I look at the freeze tag, it has nothing. The freeze tag has nothing to do with Bobby. It tells me a lot about his mother.
Right.
And so his
exactly.
mother's reaction is another piece of evidence, right? Like she was upset, and we assume she was upset on rational grounds.
Right.
The freeze tag to me questions her sanity, if
Right.
that helps. So that's
why is that? Let me ask you this: how is that relevant to the case at hand?
I guess it's not. Yeah, I
Exactly.
guess Bobby going to the barbecue is pretty much an isolated
Right.
incident.
So
here.
the teacher isn't an
Yeah.
asshole because
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
acted justly against the mom.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I guess I'm a strong believer in following through with things. So maybe what your point is she shouldn't have set the standard in the first place.
Who's this? The mom?
The teacher.
The teacher, rather?
She shouldn't have set it up based on behavior in the first
No,
place.
that's
'cause
ridiculous.
That
How-
scars kids
that
for
is
life
the
because
most-
you're a bad kid.
That's such a subjective thing.
It is completely subjective.
You can't do that.
Yeah, no, I agree with that point very much.
What the
The
hell?
question is, once you do it, do you follow through or do you just, and yeah, I guess since it's set up on a premise that's already kind of damaging, maybe you just say, Bobby, nice try.
She's
You
done.
come anyway.
She's sent.
Rip
I'm gonna
that
sentence
sticker
her.
chart down.
5 years jail
5 years
5
in
years.
jail.
with time served.
Oh man, I applaud. I respect that you have Bobby's back here. So
Yep, I got you, Bobby.
Bobby, you owe Mario a big thank you.
Yep.
All right, so
Do we know Bobby's age?
First grade. So
Oh yeah. So
like
7?
Yeah,
That's
something like
so
that.
tragic.
It is a little tragic.
It'd be funny to reflect back on. His friends can give him a hard time about it when he gets older. You didn't go to the barbecue
Hopefully Bobby will black
because
this out of
you.
his
I wonder what he
mind.
did. He like flashed the.
He just didn't get enough
He
good noodle
pantsed his
stickers.
teacher or
He wasn't a
something?
good enough noodle, which is even more damaging.
Yeah, that's true.
He wasn't good enough.
Get your noodle game up, man.
All right, so I have another review-based game. I like turning the reviews into games.
Okay.
So this is a chain restaurant, and based on it's a chain sit-down restaurant, and
tell
your
me
goal
which
is
one?
to guess it.
Oh, okay.
And
Chili's.
Okay, you got it right. So now
Are
I'm
you
gonna read
serious?
Yes, I'm serious. It was really impressive. Nick, you're going to have to come out strong next week because
like the
this guy is on
cliche
his
go-to.
game.
That's
My
like the
goodness.
cliche.
It is. And I was like, oh, let's start out. I'm going to have to pick something a little crazier, but let's read the review now
Okay,
that
all
the
right.
game's already been
Chili's.
crushed. All right. I've been coming to Chili's for years.
Good.
This
Good
loca-
spot. Good
This
spot.
location has a serious service and food problem. We arrived and our party of 5 was promptly seated. We ordered drinks and non-alcoholic beverages. The non-alcoholic beverages came right out along with chips and salsa.
Right.
Then everything fell apart. The cocktails we ordered took a lot of time, and our server did not take our order until he brought the cocktails.
Oh my god.
Most of us ordered 3 for $10. It took
3 for $10. Can we just stop for a second
yes.
and discuss how awesome Chili's is?
I know. I was hoping
3
you were
for
going to
10.
go that
You're
direction.
getting 3 for $10, and you're gonna complain and bitch about your beer coming out late.
This is like the Olive Garden unlimited soup salad and breadsticks thing.
How dare you bring up Olive Garden to me? You offensive.
Wait, why? Oh,
Because I'm an Italian. How
sorry.
dare you?
I worked there, so it came to mind really
Oh, okay.
fast. But
But really, you got. I'm assuming it's the burger, the fries, and the unlimited chips and salsa, maybe.
yeah, you get the appetite, which is
whatever,
a killer deal for.
And you're
going
gonna
to
complain about your dollar
Right.
marg. That's Applebee's. You're gonna complain about your
We're mixing.
Bud Light on tap that hasn't gotten to you.
Right. Well, and also, it's not crazy that the server took your
Yeah.
order after that's
Yeah.
very normal.
This isn't a bar, man. You're Chili's.
So we're
The
starting
bartender
off
doesn't even know he's working.
we're starting off shaky from a credibility standpoint.
Okay.
So it took a long enough time to get our soups. Finally, they ordered soup.
So what do you soup at Chili's? Was it chicken tortilla maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Finally, they came out. We ate them, expecting entrees to follow pretty quickly after, to no avail. Another couple with 4 kids came in 10 to 15 minutes after us. We saw that they had gotten their order before us. So we asked our server. A few minutes later, he arrived with our entrees. This sounds totally fine.
Fine.
The problems continued.
Where does the problem? They haven't got the drinks yet?
I haven't heard a problem.
Okay.
My shrimp fajitas were awful.
Oh,
The
well,
black beans were cold. Server took them back and returned with more cold beans. The shrimp were only warm and seemed the only way they got warm was from the metal fajita plate. Rice was then the same way. At this point, I quit eating and told the server to take it away. Oh, yes, one other thing. One of our party ordered coffee to drink. Server said they had run out and it had been out all day. How hard is it to go get coffee?
where are you gonna get it from?
The server never seemed apologetic or had his manager come over. Server did have the fajitas removed from the bill.
That's all
They
he
should
needed
have
to
given
do.
the whole meal free
No.
due to poor service and low quality food. That was in all caps.
I was gonna say, was that an all
That
caps?
was in all
Okay.
caps. Avoid this location.
They don't give the location.
Where did I look this up? I don't remember.
All right.
That's a good question.
So what's the question? Are they assholes or no? You already
you already crushed the challenge, which I think you would have gotten, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, me too.
Even like halfway through. Yeah, I
The
think you
fajitas
would've
might have
nailed it.
thrown. The fajitas might have thrown me.
To something Mexican.
Yeah, something Mexican. Mexico, great place, good food.
Too soon.
Let's talk about this for a second. So, the only thing I give him credibility for is being upset at the cold food. I
Yeah,
hate
that's
that, as
fair.
we've talked about. And the remedy for that is comping that
Yeah.
portion of the meal. What they did.
And the server did that.
What are they gonna go get you a Starbucks, a Dunkin' Donut while you're? No, you don't
Right.
have coffee. You don't have coffee.
And it's one of those things where it's like they're not a breakfast restaurant.
No, but regardless, even if a breakfast restaurant didn't have coffee and they tell you you don't have coffee, there's no expectation that my Uber
Right.
Eats, my DoorDash.
I mean that, and like just like working as a server in like one of these sit down restaurants that it's not known for coffee. basically,
Right.
their options, they could be lying and they were like, I just don't want to brew a whole pot
Right,
of coffee
right.
for this person, which
Probably.
I don't like.
Maybe-
Especially if this person's being kind
Yeah.
of
A
Karen.
A dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame the server at all. But like, I think the part that stuck out the most to me was like when you compare other tables getting their food faster. Like, okay, you had cocktails, you had soup, you had like chips and
Fajitas
salsa.
that you sent
You're like,
back.
they got their food faster, but they got here later. Where's our food? And then they even said a few minutes later, the server brought out our food. It's like, why are you complaining?
Now, look, I will say this in their defense. It is frustrating when you notice other parties getting your food before you.
Sure.
I can't tell you the last time I've actually heard of someone complaining using that complaint. Oh, it's not great here. That party got our I haven't heard
Right.
that in a long time. I feel like that's a 90s thing.
I think if I had to
used to say
guess,
that-
especially between ordering coffee and the complaints, this person's were thriving during the 90s.
Yeah, probably. They're probably
Yeah.
a little older.
A little bit on the older side.
Yeah.
So I do want to get to our last story.
Okay.
So I want to make sure.
For the record, though, Chili's great spot. Go to Chili's.
I haven't
Warren
been in a
P.
while,
Chili,
and I
CEO of
probably
Chili's. Give him a shout.
Yeah. Wait, who?
Warren P. Chili.
You're messing with me. Okay, if you kept a straight face, I would have believed you. Warren P. Chili. All right, we got another Am I the Asshole?
Okay.
My favorite. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend what her chicken nuggets are made of? Throwaway account because my friends know my account and I don't want to embarrass my girlfriend. I, male 26, have been dating my girlfriend, female 24, for almost a year. I have been vegetarian for 2 years while my girlfriend doesn't eat many things because she finds them disgusting.
Fun relationship.
Yeah.
She should match up with the other guy who doesn't like to eat.
Yeah, no kidding. Just the smell of certain things, often vegetables, to my detriment, can make her throw up.
What
That sounds
the
like
hell?
something my if my 2-year-old could talk.
Right.
That's something
Right.
he would say.
What are they, aliens?
I haven't talked to her much about vegetarianism because I know she's not a big fan of it, which is fine. Until the last time
If
we
she,
were at
if she
McDonald's
barfs at
together.
vegetables, yeah, she can't be a vegetarian.
No. Until the last time we were at McDonald's together, she ate a lot of her meals there because she likes almost all of it. She's more into sugary things and fast food. I bought a veggie burger and fries.
Ugh. At McDonald's?
Not in America, because I don't think we have those.
We have Impossible Whoppers. I didn't know if they had
not at
that.
McDonald's. While she treated herself to a 20-pack of chicken nuggets.
20-pack? This girl's a champ.
It's not the word I would use. The afternoon was going well overall until she suddenly started making fun of me. She laughed about how it would be weird to eat here as a vegetarian and that I must hate the veggie burger and only eat it because there's nothing else for me.
Right.
I was slightly irritated by this because she had never said anything about the subject before, and because of this, I stamped the statement as a joke. Throughout the meal, she made odd comments until suddenly she said in a mocking tone, "At least I don't eat grass." I laughed at that and amusedly responded with, "But at least I don't eat shredded chicks." She then stared at me in shock and then looked at her food and asked me what I meant. Confused, I explained to her that chicken nuggets from fast food restaurants are usually just chicks that have been thrown into the shredder. Upon my explanation, she choked briefly, and I was about to ask...
Except for Chick-fil-A.
Probably.
Yeah.
I was about to ask her if everything was okay until she suddenly threw up on the table.
Stop.
The staff rushed to her, but she had already started crying and ashamedly sank into the bench she was sitting on. I tried to de-escalate the situation and told her I didn't mean it, whereupon she stormed out of the McDonald's. I apologized to the staff for the trouble and hurried after her. Unfortunately for me, she was already gone with our car, so I called a cab. We live in a rather remote house. I inherited this house from my grandmother and suggested my girlfriend move in with me, as I often only had the opportunity to visit her on weekends. I waited for her to open the door, which she did only after the cab driver drove away. Then she didn't even look me in the eyes before she went back into the bedroom. I ran after her and saw she was packing a bag, whereupon I asked her what she was up to.
This is
She
a movie.
burst into tears again and reproached me for saying something like that when I knew what it would do to her and that I know what it meant to her. I did not answer because...
You know what it means to me to insult those chicken McNuggets.
She's got a thing for those nuggets.
Oh, yeah.
I did not answer because she was already crying and let the matter take its course. Before she went out the door, she told me that she was going to spend some time with her mother. It had been 4 hours since this happened, and I don't really know who to talk about it, so I'm desperate. Reddit, am I the asshole? And then he says, before the actual update, I'd like to say a few words about... Oh, these are about the comments. I don't care what you have to say. All right.
No, he's not an asshole. Absolutely not. You know why? Because she was asking for it.
She kind of was. She's egging him on.
Right. Unless he knew full-heartedly that it would do that to her, he could have prefaced it with, hey, I got a lot I could say in return. If you don't want me to say, you'll stop the insults.
I'm a little baffled that she'd hear something
and can throw
and
up.
then throw up.
Yeah, that's a superpower.
That kind of is.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean... There's a lot. Seems like an interesting gal, you know, like only eating sugary and fast foods.
Oh, interesting.
Making fun of veggie burgers.
Have you tried the on the subject chicken Big Mac?
No, is it good?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go pick it up tonight. Surprise Judy, just so we can try it together. And I'm gonna be thinking about. I think it's like a giant McNugget.
When she's eating it, are you gonna tell her what it's made of?
Probably wait till after,
You
just
should
in
wait,
case she
like
throws up.
mid-bite.
I don't want to get thrown up on.
You want this wedding to happen, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have an update. Yesterday, my girlfriend's mother contacted me.
Oh, boy.
We talked about the situation, and she was conflicted. Of course, she defended my girlfriend and told me that I had to be particularly careful about what I said, especially when eating. On the other hand, she also found it unfair that as a vegetarian, she always drags me to restaurants that contain meat. Shortly thereafter, my girlfriend called me herself. Apparently, she did a lot of research on McDonald's production and was angry that I lied to her.
Okay. So McDonald's
Yeah,
doesn't...
that makes sense.
Okay,
that makes way more sense.
That makes sense.
He said it so confidently.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, she wants to question her own diet more in the future.
Aw.
I apologize for not thinking of her at that time. She and her mother talked, and she apologized to me for laughing at me. Overall, the whole situation was a bit childish. My girlfriend and I want to meet up again today and talk about it face to face. I suggested speaking at McDonald's as a joke. She then hung up on me and texted me that I'm an asshole.
Okay.
That she loves me and that we'll meet at my place. So I guess no more
Okay.
McDonald's for us. And then it said something about her seeing a doctor about the vomiting.
He's still not an asshole.
No.
I still would have been. That's funny. I would have done the same thing.
I feel like that's one of those stories you look back on much later in your relationship and laugh about.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Which I feel like it's a pretty good note to end on.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. That last one was good. We had
good.
some intense ones today,
Yeah.
but I think we made some pretty good judgments.
I'm excited to go try this chicken Big Mac.
Yeah, let me know what you think.
Yeah.
We'll ask you next time.
Yeah. Oh,
what
so
it's
this
like.
guy's not sentenced. No sentence. He gets
I don't
off.
think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even think the girlfriend's sentencing. I think it's just you're figuring it
She
out.
might be checked for psychological.
Make her eat some more chicken nuggets.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well,
Thanks.
if you guys have any stories, send them to judgefoodiepodcast@gmail.com. I will read them on the air if you send them. So
Oh, I'm gonna send one.
I would I'll read it. I do not care. These are fun to read.
Yeah.
Fun to hear people's. And you've already told a good story, so I'm excited to see what else you got.
Did
So,
I?
Yeah, it was about the place in Savannah.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, it was about the restaurant
yeah,
where
yeah,
you
yeah.
waited
See, tell me those
forever and they
stories.
brought out sausage and
Yeah, and they put us in front of the
remember these
pole.
stories, yeah.
Yep.
good stories. But
I don't remember the sausage. Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember the sausage.
Maybe you'll have some from this
Orlando.
weekend.
Hopefully
Yeah,
not. Hopefully
we'll
not.
See. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully not.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, talk to you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace out.